Renee has sex fantasies with a Walmart reality. That's kind of the podcast.
That's kind of our subtitle. Should be. Reality gaze.
Sex fantasies with a Walmart reality.
Wow.
It is reality.
Wow, I heard it and I wrote it down, but when you say it back to me, I go, God, that's me.
I know, right?
I don't feel happy about this.
Oh, that queen was awful.
Oh,
this whole boat was filled with repellent queens.
It was repellent queens.
I like Caftan just walking around the boat going,
I feel like that really
with
hit.
her quiet judgment.
I feel like I just ate, you know the feeling when you eat bad chicken strips?
I don't know anything called bad chicken strips. They're always good.
You've never had bad chicken strips?
How are they bad?
Like they've cooled. Sometimes the skin is separated from the meat inside.
Yikes! What chicken strips have you had?
You consider yourself lucky.
I don't think I've ever had bad chicken strips.
That's good.
That scares me that exists in the world.
It does. I've had it. Usually it's
where?
Sporting events, like local. The Carter County Fair, they weren't usually that good. The burgers were good.
This is riveting. We have to move on. I'm actually bored.
You were watching the show on the train, y'all. We took the train back from San Diego. And thank you for come seeing us in San Diego.
We had a great time.
We did. And we were
the Lodies.
You were watching a show and it took place in Choctaw, Oklahoma. That's over by a big casino.
It was a murder movie called The Girl in the Picture.
Heard of it.
You may have seen it on Netflix.
Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's like 30 minutes from me.
I like how you pointed it out. It's right when they were announcing they found her body on the side of the road. And you're like, Choctaw! It was like, this is a bad time.
Bad time. Y'all, we had a great time, though, on our tour. Especially, woo! San Diego sissies, y'all are some wild beasts.
It was hard to get people out of the theater.
They were just like, San Diego, I guess because it was a little bit smaller of a crowd and a smaller VIP, it felt kind of like we were all just kind of hanging out, which I enjoyed.
Yeah. Veronica was there, from Veronica and Tim.
Yes.
And, Veronica basically reading, Tim and Veronica reading Jesse and Jennifer for Filth. Veronica had a couple.
She did.
But everyone was like, come in, Veronica, be in the pictures.
Oh, it was great.
Her tits were out.
We loved having her in the pictures.
She's amazing.
She's wonderful. We had the best time. We went out for some drinks afterwards. We were just
I
a
went
lot
home.
of fun. You went home.
I'd been dicked down like 3 nights in a row.
Yeah. He was tired. We had a good time, and then you went back to our shitty hotel.
Oh.
Y'all, spoiler alert.
God.
Don't stay at a Marriott Courtyard.
A Courtyard Marriott.
Other Marriotts are fine, but not a Courtyard.
I feel like they used to be nicer.
Maybe.
Am I wrong, or have I just become such a snobby bitch?
That too. That right there.
Because it was like the furnishings in this hotel. The lobby was from like 2015, maybe 2012.
Rooms were not.
The rooms were from 1998.
Maybe 99, but really 98, yeah.
And everything was shitty.
Shitty. People were nice. I will say the drinks were good at the bar.
Oh. I had one.
What was I going to say, too? There was something else that just popped in my head and flew out. Oh, well. Well, I hope we don't faint in Denver, y'all, because we're going to Denver. And
I'm a little worried.
I'm not worried for me. I'm worried for you. Because it is like you to just faint on stage.
The last time I was there, I did not do well with the altitude.
Oh, God.
You know what? Nothing can be as bad as how exhausted I felt, how hot it was in Dallas and Austin.
Well, I'm cutting any and all choreography from any songs. We don't need to be dancing around on stage.
We do need choreo for that number. Sorry.
No, I'm cutting it out. You'll faint.
Nope, we're doing it.
If you faint, I'm just having a roadie drag you off stage and I'll do it by myself.
No, I will sing from the wings.
I'm not going to take care of you.
I have a great costume planned.
Y'all come
for Denver.
Come see us in Denver for our finale of our Summer Should Be Fun tour.
Of our Live, Laugh, Live Summer Should Be Fun.
We're very excited. And, of course, there's going to be a heat wave in Denver when we're there.
Is it really still?
95.
Fuck.
It's going to feel better than Austin. It was nice to actually come home last night, and I drove around.
God.
I went to get dinner, and I drove around, and I rolled the windows down, and I was cold because it was 69 degrees.
That's not cold.
I know, but it felt chilly after 107 in Austin.
San Diego was lovely. San Diego was like
lovely.
70s. Y'all, you all of y'all in like the middle of the country where it's boiling, you need to get out of there for the summer. Find a way.
Find a way. Find a way. Golly.
Have a second family. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe don't do that.
I don't need to live in a military town either. God.
They were hot. All those men were hot.
It's a thing.
Y'all, we did a Navy-themed musical number, and one of the most inspiring things, we did Anchors Away, the kind of Navy fight song, the unofficial song of the U.S. Navy. And besides, like the Navy hymn and things like that.
I thought it was the official. I guess not.
I think it's the de facto song of the Navy.
Okay.
We had so many people who had served. You asked, stand up. The place was full.
It was very
of
moving.
Vets or Navy, and they really liked the song, even though you could almost see my seaman recruits sticking out of my costume.
And by almost meaning you could. It was disgusting. It's disgusting.
Part of my healing is wearing filthy costumes on stage.
Well, then you should be healed at this point. Consider yourself healed.
There is something about saying, if you'll accept this, you'll accept me in anything.
I get that. And seeing people that are in the military stand up and that were applauding and so into our show.
Yes, it was really sweet.
As a very gay sissy boy,
yeah.
It was very sweet and very comforting. It gave me, because I think if those people have kids and they have a little gay boy and he says, "Daddy, I like to suck a dick," he's going to say, "I don't care what you suck. I love you anyway."
Takes all kinds in
Good
this world,
for you,
son.
You suck that dick, son. Good for you.
Anchors Away.
Y'all, because you got to, if your kid says, "I like sucking a dick" or eating a box, you say, "You munch on that box. I'm proud for you, Charlotte." You do it. Well, there's a difference, though, because people say, it doesn't matter to me if you're gay, but an actual
That's true. That distinction.
A more affirming thing
I'm
is
proud
to
of
say,
you.
"I'm proud of you for being queer or gay or whatever and being who you are."
And I think that's a big jump for parents to make. What I would rather people not do, I think both of us would say, is not say "I love you" regardless.
Yes,
which that means
makes me feel like I have a big
just
gerbil on my face.
Instead of saying "I'm proud of you for sucking dick," maybe you can say "I'm proud of who you are."
Well, that too. It means the same thing to me.
Well, I think that may be easier than the parent picturing a child of either of their sex, a child sucking a dick.
My mom doesn't mind. She says I'm a sensuous woman.
Gross.
Anyway, y'all, there we go.
It's time for Below Dick Mid. Big Dick Med.
I don't get the name of this episode. Season 7, episode 2. I've got a secret, and it's spelled with C. What's the secret?
That they've been hooking up. Natasha and Dave.
Oh.
How can you be?
That was a secret. But it didn't. No, but it didn't seem like a secret because for Tasha wanting it to be a secret, she really doesn't keep secrets well. She fucking basically does everything but sit on his face in front of everybody.
No, Natasha keeping a secret is like my youngest nephew playing hide and go seek. He'll just stand in the corner and says, "Go find me."
Yeah, I think he needs some help. But
he is the shittiest hide and go seek player.
He'll get better.
I said, "I'm not playing with you until you get better."
So that's a secret, y'all. She's not good at it. All right, Poodle. What's your tea bag?
I have decided also we should call them Tasha and Talia.
Oh,
That's-
I already call her Tasha now.
And
yes.
I think that might be easier than Tasha.
Natalia. Yeah. Well, I'm going to say Tasha and then Natalia.
That's fine.
Because having an T
Tasha,
and an N is
Natalia.
easier.
Okay.
Because if we do Tasha and Talia, it's the same thing for me. And as you know, I'll get confused.
You know, that's probably a good idea. Tasha, Natalia. I'm worried you're going to actually say, because they kind of air on the same day or at adjunct days or adjacent days. You're gonna change. You're gonna confuse the cast.
I'm very worried about it.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're gonna do that.
I'm worried I'm gonna do it,
and I will scream you down when you start to do it. What can I do to prevent you? Is there a negative reinforcement thing? Like I throw a ball of tinfoil at your head.
I wish I could I wish I could change the background color of my iPad notes, like blue for Below Deck Med, and then like pink for Below Deck Down Under, because colors help me organize.
Riveting. Please, can I just go on?
Yeah.
Glad we
You asked a question.
I shouldn't have.
You did.
We had our second to be continued. I think that's just a thing, and we had a to be continued at the end of this episode at the same time.
I mean, I guess that is now.
Remember,
just a
you
thing.
guys, the last time one of the guests went, "Are we crashing?" Even though we're in the middle of the ocean.
No, and
because the stabilizers were broken.
did we have a to be continued on this one? I think we had a to be continued on Below Deck Down Under.
Was that it?
You just did what you said you didn't want me to do.
I don't know if
and you just did it.
I don't know. No, I was.
I don't think this episode had a to be continued.
I was talking about the guests, the cast. I'm sorry, not what happened.
But it didn't say to be continued at the end.
Oh, maybe it didn't. Who cares?
Well, now I can confuse the episodes, y'all, because this slut just did it.
I'm saying you can confuse the episode. I'm saying don't confuse the casts.
I won't
That's
do
the most
that.
important
Never.
thing.
I love Captain Jamie on Below Deck Med.
Jason.
Whatever his name is.
So, my first teabag is the fact that the boat seems to be, even though it's huge, seems to be quite fragile.
Yes.
The boat is cooled by one coolant system, the AC, and when things get too hot, things just start going wrong.
My mother's boyfriend would say, that's what happens when you use hybrid power. Just should have used good old diesel. Just fuel. Doesn't happen on petroleum boats.
Maybe they should go back to coal like the Titanic.
Exactly.
And there's just some dark-faced, like sooted employees down there going, Irish boys going, I can't, we're putting more coal in her.
That's what they tell you.
Yeah. I'm putting more coal in her. She's taking all the coal.
She's taking all the coal.
As fast as I can put it in her.
Yeah, so it's a very fragile boat. I will say this looks terrifying.
Oh, them just like going back and forth, the stabilizers?
Even Dave's messing with the thing of like hot boiling grease.
Yeah.
They're like, this is very, very dangerous.
I want to say that people, the engineer explains it to Captain Sandy. And she's like, so things are just going to things are just going to go wrong like that. And they're like, yep. She's like, okay.
I will say she was, to her credit, she handled exactly the way a captain should handle. She was just unbelievably calm.
She has yet. I think she's
steely.
I think she's on her best game because she has two new department heads.
I need to see the old season with Captain Sandy in the vape pen because I've never seen Captain Sandy freak out.
Oh, that was an amazing moment. No, she lost her fucking mind. That was mostly betrayal. Maritime law! Maritime law! She was chasing Hannah around the boat, yelling at her. Oh, she lost her brain.
Well,
yeah. No, the earlier Captain Sandy seasons were better. Like 3 and 4. Oh, really good.
She definitely knows
BDM.
how she's getting the edit. Yeah. The boat is completely just destabilized. Cut to Reagan having a cigarette. She's not long.
The crew, the film crew has just, and I'm sure the editing too. Can you imagine how much footage of Reagan smoking they have?
We're seeing maybe 10%. Maybe.
And the thing is, it's not that I think she's completely unqualified. I just think that maybe it seems like she's in a little bit of a haze or something. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure what it is. It seems like
Go ahead.
I was going to say it's like she has had experience doing this.
It is, but it's like I'm purposely conflating both of them, but it's like her and then Ryan, who's the chef on Below Deck Down Under, both forget that they're actually on a boat.
Yeah.
It's like Reagan is just, she said she's been an officer before. And she goes into later on all this history, and I'm like, I don't believe that. Like, what kind of boats have you been on with just everyone just...
She also, like I said before, for a bosun also has to be a little bit of a cruise director. And she's not comfortable with that. She doesn't want to talk to the guests.
As Z says, I just want some type of direction, and she's giving really none.
Yeah. We both think she's not long.
Yes.
For this.
Yes. She's our one pick, too. Because I think which was good, you thought maybe Jason would leave.
Yeah.
And I could see that, but I think she's going to leave. This is part of my teabag later, but I think their editing is starting to show us this because, A, we got a lot of her this episode. We found out a lot about her history this episode.
Oh, right. That is usually
also,
when someone's shoving off.
Yes. And also, if you notice, we saw Captain Sandy look at Storm and what a great job he is.
Yep.
And she's like, oh, I'll take note of that.
Yep. She
so
did.
I think he's going to end up being the new bosun. Reagan's going to leave. And then what's her name's going to come.
Storm has also the most experience of anybody here.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
And then who's her name? That spoiler alert, who's supposed to come back? Courtney. You know what Veronica said to us? She said, you know why I love listening to you 90 Day? Talk about 90 Days, why I started? I went, what? She said, because you're one of the few ones that are spoiler free.
Interesting.
Because we don't talk about everything on the Instagrams and stuff
We
always.
try not to.
Gave me more validation. I don't give a shit what they're doing on Instagram.
Although for me, I'll usually say blah, 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 spoiler alert, and I'll do that wrong.
Yeah, we've noticed. We've had comments.
That and trigger warning.
I'd like to say he's working on it,
Nope, don't care.
but I don't think so.
Don't care.
I will say, this kind of goes off of my next teabag. It's when they're throwing a line, or a lot of them are Reagan teabags. That's why I think she's not long.
Ray gun.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. You're right. Ray gun.
It's only ray gun.
Thank you. And so they're like trying to throw the line, and it's just making it. And then finally, Jason comes down, and Ray gun says, "Hey, jump in the water."
You mind jumping in?
And I'm like, bitch, you've been there the whole... I don't
You know what?
She doesn't want to get her
has
hair
not
wet.
jumped in the water.
That's what I think it is. She doesn't want to get her
would
hair...
not do well on a Captain Jason boat. Everyone
No.
should be in the water.
Everyone should be in the water, but her hair is always so perfect. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Or she's wearing a wig.
What if she was wearing one of those cosplay, like Tokidoki wigs the whole time?
I think she could be into that, yeah.
Amazing.
She's just not a team player. Like, a bosun needs to be in charge, but a bosun also needs to really build a team.
Yeah, she's also not good TV.
No,
And
she
that's
is boring TV.
That's really important. Yep. And I think Captain Sandy knows that too. Storm is
Yeah.
much better TV than she is.
Well,
The dirtbag pirate.
oh God,
Ooh.
God,
Ooh,
he smells.
You can give him a bath.
Even Z told him he smelled.
I can all be washed away.
I feel like you would lick his armpits and be into it.
Maybe.
Oh God.
He'd have to bathe before.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
He's
I can
so
tell
hot to me.
Those 3 nights of being dicked down on tour are out
They're
of you now.
all gone.
They're all gone now.
So
What's your next
my
one?
next one. We talked about that. I said the circus of them in the water, and the guests were like, "This look at Reagan. She's not doing it. She's just being so awful."
Well, and Captain Sandy even says, she basically says that she's talking about, you guys, we need to organize your toys. Organize your toys. Have
Right.
them all. My toys in my drawer are very organized.
I bet they are.
I bet she's made cardboard cutouts to fit every one, so it just
Where
fits perfectly.
the dildo goes, where the cat of nine tails goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her head of the class memorial butt plug.
Yes. Yes. Her bust.
Did you ever watch that one with Howard Hessman?
Head of the class?
Yeah.
I never really saw. I don't think I've ever seen. I remember it was on because John Travolta was on it. No, that's
No.
Welcome Back.
Welcome Back,
Kotter.
Kotter. That's a much older show.
That's a much older show.
Head of the Class was an ABC show.
I never got into it.
I
Yeah.
feel like it didn't air in TJF.
You know why I didn't watch? I'll tell you why I didn't watch. I know the main guy who was a teacher.
Yeah, Howard
He
Hessman.
had long hair.
Yeah.
His hair bothered me.
He was Johnny Fever in WKRP in Cincinnati.
I've never seen that show.
Oh, come on.
I haven't seen I would like to watch that, but I never saw.
That I can't believe in your time of watching Nick at Night, WKRP never came on.
It never did.
It came in syndication for us. I loved that show.
I bet I would love it.
How do you know Lonnie Anderson then?
Burt Reynolds.
That's the only way you know. No, Lonnie Anderson was a star of WKRP.
No, that's the reason she dyed her hair blonde. I think to be on that show. She was a brunette. I think I read once.
How do you know all
And I
this
saw
about
like
her?
I saw like an intimate portrait or something with her. I mean, I think I watched a made-for-TV movie with Lonnie Anderson.
Oh, okay.
I think that was on.
No,
or
I'm just
something
trying
like
to
that.
figure out how did you even know about her, aside from being Burt Reynolds' wife?
I just knew her like she was just famous.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. I would watch WKRP. I still want to go back and watch that. I've never seen
on the air in
Mary Tyler Moore.
Cincinnati.
I want to watch all those.
Cincinnati, WKRP. Oh, Mary Tyler Moore's so good.
I would love. That's on the to-dos.
Where are we? God, this is so off.
You know what, y'all? We're gonna.
We're a little delirious.
We are. We're gonna take a commercial. And we'll be right back and figure out where the fuck we are. Start, Queen.
So this kind of goes. My next tea bag is kind of going along with Ray Gun, and
There's a lot of Ray Gun tonight.
Jason is really questioning every single order she gives him. Now, it's a little. There's microaggressions everywhere because you can tell he's doing it. It feels like it's because I don't know if it's because she's female or what, and he feels a chip on his shoulder being ordered around by a woman.
Possibly, but I don't feel like he would be that way with Malia.
I agree with you.
So I think a lot of that comes from possibly being a woman. Well, let's not rule that out. But also she is not clear in her leadership what she wants. The way she explains things.
Yeah.
Or I just want to say, like when she was asking Jason to do something, it was very clear she called him over to do something when she was standing right there and
Right.
she just could have done it in
That's
2
true.
minutes.
That's true. It's just I just get this feeling that it's made worse by her being female. That there's a little bit because I just feel him prickling every time, and
I think that.
I don't think he would argue with a man like that.
No, I agree.
Yeah, and so
I agree.
we'll
see when we think Storm takes over. The only thing I really think that
the storm's taking over.
you know it's not good when Z, who never says a bad thing about
That's
anyone,
true.
when Z says, because he was talking to
She
her,
doesn't
and
have
he
her
said-
shit together.
He's like, well, usually we've done this before, and she goes, yeah, I know. And I went, oh, that's not good.
So, what's your next one? We said this before. She's not long for this boat.
She is not. Well, Z goes on. He says, I don't know what type of style Reagan has for organizing. But even he says, quote, it doesn't seem like there's much direction or structure there. So yes, Jason could be coming for her as a woman, but I think also they're just, I don't want to put sexist words in someone's mouth when it's very clear that the person who's ahead of it. But it did feel creepy microaggression. I agree.
It's like he's going to get even more angry. Yeah.
We'll see how he is with Sandy though.
That's a different type of vibe altogether.
Yeah, that's true. He's kind of hot though still.
I don't think he is.
He smells too. A lot of them smell on this boat.
You are so judgmental about people smelling.
I am.
You are.
I don't like it.
I think you need to process that. So snobby.
Me. Yes.
Also, I will tell you, if you travel in Europe or especially places that are outside of, you'll have to be okay. I stopped freaking out about people smelling in Austria because
Austria? I figured it'd be France.
It
depends. Talked about the Frenchmen.
Well, yeah, but in Austria, when you're on a hot city bus in the middle of Graz, and it's like July, you either are offended by the smell or you just go on with your life.
Oh yeah, you got to go on your life.
Yeah, so maybe you need to be someplace where no one wears deodorant for a while, and then you wouldn't notice it that much.
I'll just put on my N95 mask. It helps. I've noticed.
Like, I honestly, I don't love it. I can honestly say, I don't search out the smell of BO, but it has become something that I think that is a very American thing to freak out over.
I agree, but but I want to push back. I don't think you've searched out the smell of BO, but I want to go back and question where you've hooked up with men. Usually indicates that as well.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Back alleys.
But no, I'm saying
Meet me by dumpster number 3 in Griffith Park.
I'm saying it's not something I seek out. I'm not turned on by it.
Yeah. You're not turned on by it.
By any means. It's not something I'm like, I want you to smell like 3 days wet.
There are people. I've had a guy who's asked me to wear underwear for like 3 days and then send it to him.
Wow.
That's true. Some people are into that.
Like in the mail?
Yes.
What is this?
I know. I think they're a listener.
Maybe you could just give it to them.
I'm not going to send our listener my underwear.
No, wait. So someone asked...
I don't know. He just messaged me on Instagram, and now the account's gone.
Sounds like a scam.
This was months ago. But yeah, I think the only way I can figure is he maybe knows me through this. Wow. He didn't send me a dick pic. Come on. If you want me to send you my 3-day-old underwear, give me a...
I agree. What's the exchange for?
Thank you.
What do you get out of it?
You think I'm bored and I just want to go to the... Anybody who doesn't... No one goes to the post office now for fun.
That's true. You know what?
Well, support this post office
if he sent me $100 and sent me a certified thing, but I wouldn't wear my underwear for 3 days.
I'd tell him I did.
Yeah.
I'd just go take a walk around the neighborhood of like 20 minutes and then ship them off.
He wouldn't know.
He wouldn't know.
He wouldn't go, smells like only 24 hours.
This is not 72.
I don't get notes of turpentine yet. We need to move on.
Where the fuck are we? What's your next T-Back?
I want to say that the decorations for the Japanese party and they're putting on are gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Beautiful.
Everyone. Natalia did a great job. So did Z helping out. It looks beautiful. It looks fucking curated.
It does. It looks
gorgeous.
It looks gorgeous. Yeah.
With Natalia on this boat and Toomey's tables on Badoo. That's what I came up with. On Badoo.
That's what she should call it.
I know.
Toomey's tables.
Don't you steal that, Toomey.
She should steal it.
I'm gonna need at least a 10% cut.
I really like her.
Me too.
She's good reality TV.
We talking about Toomey or Natasha or Natalia?
But she also doesn't make bad decisions yet.
I think, but I'm a little worried she's going to blend into the background.
I worry about, when you've got Tasha, who's
On this show, no, you're mixing up shows, I believe.
Oh, am I? No, Natalia and Natasha.
You just said Toomey, though.
Oh, I did. We both did it. It's going to be a problem.
Because I was talking about Toomey on the other show.
You're right. You said Toomey's Tables, yeah.
Who are you talking about now, Natalia or...
Look over there!
Exactly.
That's what I was going to talk to you about. Are you caught up yet on Drag Race?
No!
Oh! I need to talk to you about this week's lip sync.
Well, you said... I wish I had an extra headphones, but yet we don't, so you're going to have to watch it.
And then my iPod told me if you had the same headphones I did, I could share them with you. Isn't that nice?
Just buy me a new set of headphones.
You know what? They're expensive, but they're the best fucking headphones I've ever worn.
I'll take one anytime. I'd prefer one in red.
Buy them yourself and it's a tax write-off.
I'm not going to buy things for myself that you want. Anyway.
Well, I will say my headphones completely canceled out that Karen we were sitting by, and yours did not.
Oh my God!
I could not hear her.
Y'all,
worst Karen on our Amtrak train.
She was talking to a guy for so long.
I thought she knew him, and the poodle said no. She just sat
met.
by, and I went, that poor man. She's FaceTiming with people. Talking on the train like this with a full bottle of wine on the train, just slurring.
She was wine slurring 20 minutes into the train ride. Oh,
God. She was talking about her poodle went to the bathroom, and she was talking on FaceTime about her themed birthday party.
Yes,
Y'all,
of course.
This was a woman who was probably at least 55 years old.
Yes.
So unless it ends in a 0, no themed birthday parties.
Amen.
But she was doing, I guess it was like a road trip of parties, and she was heading to her Madonna party.
Yes, in Ventura. I heard all about it too.
Yeah, in Ventura. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean.
Oh, she was something else.
She was something else.
So what's your next one?
Well, first of all, my next one is just a line, and it says, "Are you going to wear an ascot?"
No, you said that there was not as much judgment.
That's
it
true.
needs to be thick with resentment. Are you going to wear an ascot?
I have to say, I don't know why you aren't wearing... Well, I do. I think ascots fit you very well. The thing I don't know why you'll be able to do an ascot a lot is I think
too
your
hot.
neck would get hot.
Yes. I tried to wear one when I was in London because I thought that would be a good time. When I went to that wedding, and I thought it'd be a good time, and I was trying to put it on, and it was so hot that I just jettisoned it.
Yeah, because our neck is a big And besides, how are you going to get hickeys? Because you love for men to look at your neck and then chew on it. Goes in that vampire fetish.
They just do it.
Yeah.
Kind of like the one guy who just bit my shoulder, and I was like, "What happened?"
Yeah,
it's still sore.
For someone who, if you're
my creamy shoulder.
If you have a friend, we were walking and you were in front of us, and we were with Sissy Christina because she came to San Diego show, and she said, "Poodle really does have alabaster legs," and I said, "He does." They're very alabaster. But, y'all, if you have a friend that keeps complaining that someone keeps biting them during sex, it's because
it's not my
they
fault.
are asking to be bit.
I never asked for it.
Oh, that is...
I look at them and reveal my shoulder.
Yeah,
and they can't help but put their mouth on it.
Yeah,
I never once asked to be bit.
I don't want to know, but I know.
I never say, "Bite my shoulder." They just do it. They find themselves drawn to the creamy shoulders.
Okay. What my real teabag, though, is can we just get into this Dave and Tasha thing? Because there's kind of a lot of moments of that. Because it seems to me that, and we kind of found this out towards the end, but I'm worried about Dave a little bit. He seems very hard on himself and very over anxious. And
I think he seems lonely.
And lonely.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. And I think he fell head over heels in love with Tasha during this last charter, and she won't let him mention that they're together, that they even hooked up. Now, My big thing is
That's the secret.
if that's the Sea-cret.
Yeah.
That sounds like Captain Sandy wrote
They
the.
should have Ryan Seacrest host the tell-all. I have to say, Ronnie Karam from Watch What Crappens was on our Austin show. His Andy Cohen
So good.
impression was so fucking funny.
And those of you who didn't see it in person, that's exactly what he does.
It's exactly. It was so great. One of the sissies commented on our Patreon or something and said, well, Ronnie was really sweet, but on this episode, I saw a whole new side of him. You ruined our sweet Ronnie.
We did corrupt him a little bit.
We do.
Ronnie did a whole thing about his penis like sitting on and relaxing on his fupa.
Yeah, it was
that
really,
I could not breathe.
yeah, I couldn't breathe either. It was very funny.
So he said we corrupted Ronnie.
Don't worry.
You're welcome.
One day we'll have Ben on just him, and we'll get him too.
I think Ben would be less likely to go there, although maybe he will.
Ben's more kind of like me. He's kind of more. He can be more guy crazy.
What do you mean? So he'd be more willing to.
I think we could get him. Yeah.
Okay, good.
We'll see.
But
But yeah, I agree. I think he's lonely.
I think he's lonely. But
Well said.
What I can't figure out, why did she volunteer to room with him if she doesn't want anyone to know? That's why I'm like, honey, you want your cake and you want to eat. You want to have your cake. You want to eat it too. That's shitty.
I think it is. I think she's
She
putting
wants
him in a
dick when she
position-
wants,
Yeah.
but she doesn't want to acknowledge it.
Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just acknowledge it. I think it's hard to. It must be different too when you're. I think her personality type is if someone is in need, she works in hospitality. She literally has a job where she's supposed to make people feel better.
Right.
So I think her inclination, like when we see in the bunk and she's in the bed and she gives him a hug and she's like,
Then she
"It'll be
kisses him,
fine."
though.
I know, but I think that she doesn't realize when she says those kind of words of encouragement to him. For her, that's just like a friend saying a word of encouragement. But she doesn't. It's not her fault where her words land, but it is. She does need to recognize how deeply her words land on him, because I think he takes it because he's lonely.
I
way
call
deeper.
bullshit because the last episode she looked at him and said, "You want to screw?"
Yeah, but
And-
I think, but there's different. She said you want to screw, but then later she's telling me it's going to be okay.
But I'm saying she's making it worse, and it's obvious that she's trying to meet her needs, her physical needs, at the expense of his emotional needs.
That's true. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's why when she says the need of her being discreet outweighs his emotional needs.
I mean it's kind of fascinating to watch, just because we usually have stories of guys doing this kind of to women.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that this is the shoes are on the other foot kind of a thing. But I agree with you. They don't need to room together. That
Exactly.
was a bad.
No,
and she didn't even
it's
really.
a selfish decision.
She didn't even ask him about that.
Nope.
She just made this
Nope.
decision and kind of said, "That's fine, right?"
But you can see how
He felt uncomfortable when she said that.
how uncomfortable he is with this is a shitstorm in the making.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna flirt with other guys like she flirted with.
I want him to flirt with other women.
She'll lose her mind.
I want him to make out with another woman.
I can't tell you guys. This is going to blow the fuck up.
I hope it's Natalia.
No, it won't be.
It won't, but I wish.
It'll be some woman they're out with. He won't choose another woman in the crew. And actually, this is the thing. He really has feelings for her. So I don't think he will.
Granted, they were only together a month. Are they projected from being lonely? Probably. But yeah, he does have feelings for her.
He has feelings for her. I don't think she has feelings for him because she just got out of a relationship.
No, I don't think she does.
But I must say, it is a ridiculously just risky decision to want to room with him.
I don't think it's the most professional thing to do.
But I'm saying that's what's so weird. I think she's trying to say, this is why I'm saying she's talking out both sides of her mouth, because she's trying to be professional in not saying that she doesn't want a relationship.
Yeah.
That's the honest. She's afraid to be honest with him and say, I don't want a relationship.
Yeah.
That's why she doesn't want to tell anybody.
Then don't room with him if you don't want a relationship.
Exactly. That's why I've got to put a little judgment on this. I blame her for this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely.
Even though I like her, I
like
think
her
this
too.
is so misguided.
I do too.
But because you can kind of see him, he's had a couple to drink, and he says, "Yeah, I want to date, but she doesn't want to."
Oh, at the dinner.
Yeah,
yeah, and then when she comes back,
Natalia tells her,
and she's like, "Why would he say this when I asked him to?" Because the producers keep asking him, and you can tell it's like he's being really weird. He finally just says, "Fuck it."
Yeah,
he's like, "Yeah, we were together," which everybody knows that. Even on the bus ride back, they're like, "So y'all are together, right? You've been dating." He's lying to them, and Z's just kind of sitting there like, what the fuck is happening?
I'm going to be really interested to see the fan reaction to this.
I am too.
Because in one way, I want her to have as much fun as she can.
Yeah.
However, she's chief stew of the boat. She knows he has feelings for her. Is it going to, how would the absolute immolation of their relationship affect the boat and its performance?
Yes.
So this is either going to be we're either it's going to break off and they'll switch cabins, or they'll wind up being together more and it kind of working. But I think this has potential to be such an absolute debacle.
And y'all, she knows, because this is a poodle move in his 20s.
It is. I will say, even though my sense of responsibility for this would, if I was going to be working with someone and it was to fulfill a larger goal, I would not do it. That I can honestly say.
Okay.
If I knew I was going to be, it's like if I was running a camp, I would not fuck my co-director.
Well, okay.
That's because that's the equivalent of what's happening here.
Well, but also though, Poodle, are you an extrovert?
No.
No, you
I'm
didn't.
an introvert.
No.
What?
Natalia says, I don't even know what that means.
Oh, I remember that. I don't know what that means. She is an extrovert.
She is an extrovert.
People think, how would you classify yourself? Do you, when people ask you that?
Yeah, I think for some people it's helpful to think of extrovert, introvert, and all that. For me, it.
No, I'm saying, what are you?
Phases in my life. I'm definitely probably lean more towards extrovert than introvert.
I agree.
As I get older, I do enjoy time by myself.
That's only a small designation of being an extrovert introvert, though.
No, I know, but time to just kind of gather myself and to experience some stuff myself. So, but I do. I like being around people and talking to people a lot.
No, people are terrible.
Yeah, we don't have time for this. Okay,
Introverts all the way.
So Storm is already into Natalia. It's happening.
And she's into him.
I think she is. She calls him, basically, she describes Poodle's type to a T. What did she call him? A pirate, a
grungy pirate who looks homeless. Ding, ding, ding.
She said it and you just went, oh.
Send them my way. Yum. That's all I have. I think
that I will say, I loved it when Billy was like, thank you for everything. We have traveled all over the world, and so we know that this is the best service we've ever had. Deck crew, step it up.
This was,
and then gave them an amazing tip.
That was that I will say.
That's the gay way.
You need to, first of all, you need to read everyone for filth.
Oh, yeah.
Hold court.
Hold court.
and then throw them under the bus and then give them an amazing tip.
Because the worst thing a gay person can be is cheap.
Amen.
I will never tip badly.
No.
If it is a bad service,
Because
I will still give 15%.
You got to show off your money. You got to throw around your money.
It's like what they would think that I was some queen who couldn't.
Ooh, that's the worst possible.
It's a thing. I know. Might need to practice that or process that.
That's the show for me.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. It's all gonna come out in the wash of this Dave and Tasha shit.
I'm really looking forward to the reaction. I can't wait to. I don't know. I think people are gonna like Dave. I think people. Dave is going to be a very empathetic figure, and if things go bad, I would love to ask Natasha, why did you room with him when you knew?
Because she wanted to fuck at night.
But if you're...
But emotionally, too, don't they seem light years apart?
Yes.
He seems like he's 40, and she seems like she's 22.
Yeah. And she just got out of a relationship.
Y'all, timing's everything.
But in a way, I think he also seems pretty wounded. In a way.
Wounded. That's what I wrote down. He seems wounded.
But I just think it's the worst thing she can do to room with him. Especially if this is going to be something that's a professional thing. Yeah. And Captain Sandy will be something like, if you fall in love, fine, but don't fuck up our service.
Just make sure the toys are out. All right,
I want to see all the water toys out.
That's the show. We had
the French tickler.
Very little Captain Sandy. Y'all go to our Linktree link if you want to buy tickets for our Denver show. We're excited to see y'all in the Mile High City. It's going to be
the Silver City.
We are getting there a day early.
Yeah.
So we'll get used to the weather a little bit.
No.
Just enjoy the heat.
No, I'm not leaving the hotel again.
All right,
everybody. When it's hot, y'all, I don't leave the hotel.
All right, y'all. We'll hopefully see you there. If not, we'll see you back here next week on Below Deck Down Under, or maybe we'll see you on Below Deck Med because they're both coming on at the same time. Med. Whatever show this is.
We are doing them at the same time, so it is a little tricky.
It is a little tricky. All right, and remember, we are taking a vacation next week.
Actually, I think you'll be...
But you'll still be able to hear these because we're recording them in advance. So.
No. We're taking it... You've already... This is like week 3.
Oh, we've already taken the vacation when this came out. Y'all, we had a great vacation. This is a real nice vacation. Whatever, y'all. Okay, we'll see you next time. But until then, y'all, you remember, don't bunk with somebody you want to fuck, and... Anchor's a gay.